smooth ending first. So I just carefully put on it. It should work. That should work. Let's have a look. Better. I've got it on electric, so that's that way. See here. I'm going to measure between that piece and that piece 5mm, so we're going to smack back in the middle there. And that's where we're going to drill a hole and put the next screw on. So just get. Hey all, welcome back to the channel, Rich43. Hope you're all doing good, guys. Hope you're all well. It's been a while. I keep saying that on all these videos. We're always having a big gap between them. But today, yeah, it's back. The Titanic from Hatchetpartworks and issue 135. This is a big, busy issue, guys. So I'm not going to hang about. We've got to crack on. What I've got to do is get this thing down, which is a mission in itself. Get this down, and I've had a look through the mag today because at this stage now we're nearly getting to the end, guys. I'm always usually helping the mags in front of you guys, you know that. But whilst I'm getting to them, I'm having a look at what I'm having to do. And let's put it this way: there is 14 instructions full of stuff. What we're going to do, we're going to be working on the propeller at the back. We're going to be joining more stuff to that. Screw wires. We're going to be doing a test run of it. Yeah, test run. Love those electric side of it, guys. So we're going to be doing that with batteries. It's not at the mains as yet, so that's going to be cool. There's loads going on, guys. Very, very busy. So I'm not going to hang about. As I say, if you've not already subscribed, guys, remember to subscribe, like, also share, press that bell notification. You'll always be notified every time I put Titanic up, Millennium Falcon, Dom's Charger, the Ducati, the new build, anything I put up on the channel. If you press that subscribe button, click the bell notification, you'll always be notified every time I put something up. And it's all free, guys. There's no Patreon on this channel. You don't have to pay to subscribe. Just click the subscribe button and the bell notification. You will be notified every time I put something up for free. And it's pretty cool, if I do say so myself. I've got 8 builds going at the minute. I do vlogs, all sorts of stuff. So check it out, guys. Look at the playlist, and if you like it, subscribe and come along with me on this journey. But yeah, for now, I'm going to crack on. As I say, it's going to be a big issue, 14 instructions in total. It's going to be a cool issue. So without further ado, guys, let's crack on with the Titanic from Hatchetpartworks. Sit back, relax, guys, and enjoy. Okay then, guys, so here we have the magazine and the parts, so let's get these out. Right, so here's the parts we'll take a look at in a sec. Let's get straight in to take a look through the magazine. So yeah, that's what's coming up in the next issue, guys. So coming up in issue 136, we've got the stern ladders, the bow ladder, the crow's nest, that says yes, support cones, LED strips, boom, anchor, forward masts, and electric cable. Wow, we might be doing the mast then, guys, starting that. That's going to be exciting and nerve-wracking at the same time, I think. Right, so let's have a look through. Oh, we're going straight into it. Here you can see what we're doing today, and guys, as I said at the intro, and the outro. It's a very busy issue. It's going to be a very busy issue. The rudder and the other detailing we're doing. So we're doing a lot today, guys. So yeah, we'll quickly flick through and see what we've got. Oh, you can see, look at this. A lot going on. Very busy. I mean, we've got electrics, but look at this. Each instruction is full. Okay, here we go then. Let's just take a look at the last bit. Yeah, and there we are at the end of today's video. That's how it's going to be looking. And I've completed lights, sound, propeller motor have been tested. The forecast and the poop decks have been fitted to the hull, and more screw eyes would have been fitted. So yeah, that's where we'll be at the end of today's issue. So relax, guys, sit back, and we'll have a look what parts we've got before we get going. Okay, so here we go. Let's get these parts out. Wow, a lot of little pieces in here. Okay, so we have some AM screws. I'll tell you what, let's just obviously get each envelope opened and we'll see what we've got. Okay, so we've got this piece here where on the instructions it's got 1358, which is the rudder. That's a plastic, guys, it's not metal, surprisingly. I thought that would be metal. It's all empty. Let's open this one. What a tiny little add-on bits here, guys. So let's have a look what these are for. We've got 135F, which is this part here, and that is cable cover. That's plastic. And you've got these three pieces here, and that goes from being, let me just look, a hinge pin, an angle rod, a flagpole, etc. But yeah, I will go into detail with what parts what, guys, as I'm doing the build, so we can get cracking on. That's a pack of CP screws and PP screws, and then the last few envelopes. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, we've got a lot of the pieces here. It's all empty. So these are 135D, so that's the bigger ones. So we've got those there, and we've got some smaller ones here, and these two in the middle here. So these ones, 135D, are bits. And it's got a set of 3 times 2, so yeah, that's those. And then you've got these two pieces here, 135E, that's a pair of 2. Those are called bits also. And then you've got these little ones here, which are 135H. And again, those are bits. So there are 3 sets of bits that will go on the deck somewhere. I would have thought, oh, I've got some more PP screws. Yeah, they'll be going on the deck somewhere, they will. Oh, now that's metal. Now that is 135B, and that is the rudder hinge. It's metal, that one. I'm still amazed, guys. Look at that. The detail and how they've painted these parts are absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that, the detail, if that comes out on screen in 4K. Absolutely amazing. It's a brilliant build, this is, guys. Right. I can't believe it's going to an end. It would probably be done quicker if I pulled my finger out and did more videos, but yeah, it's my fault. Right, so this thing here is 135J. That's the hinge pin. I might have earlier said one of these white parts is 135J. I do apologise, guys, but yeah, that is 135J. Right, so here we go. The most strenuous part of the video, I won't film it, is getting it down. So next time you see me, guys, the Titanic will have been put on the desk, ready to be built up. Let's crack on. Okay then, so excited, guys. Let's get straight into this. Instruction 1. This is putting the rudder on. So what we've got to do, and I am standing up for this, guys, we've got to place that on there like so, and that should rest there. Yeah, it does. And then what we've got to do then is take this part, which is down as 135J, I think it is. Let me just look. Yeah, This is the hinge. Now how this goes on, guys, basically hook that under there like that, and that fits perfectly. And then put this on, I'd feel that drop off, and that goes like that. And then what we have to do is take this pin, and you've got a rough area just there. So what we have to do is put that in there like that, guys, and this pin you have to apply it with a smooth ending first. So I just carefully rest that on there, push this pin through the bottom holes. Yeah, you got it, there you go. Then it goes through those two holes there, and then what you've got to do is make sure that goes all the way through. So if I just get some pliers, without marking the paintwork, just carefully prise that through, and that's not going anywhere. Perfect. And there we have a working rudder. Love that. That was very simple to do, to be fair, guys, not too bad. Now I think what we've got to do with this bit is glue those into place, as all the rest will just stay where they are. But this little bit here has to be glued, so it's not going anywhere then. So we'll get some glue and we'll get that done. So here's the glue. You could do this before doing what I've done, to be fair, but either or, as you can see, it's still doable. So I'll dab a little bit of glue on there, a little bit on that tab there. There we go. And push those into their slots, like so. There we go. Give that a few minutes, that'll be glued into place, and that's not going anywhere. That's all cool, that's done. And that is instruction 1, all done. So we're going to crack on and get into instruction 2. Now for instruction 2, we've got to undo this panel, and this holds 6 AA batteries. And what we're going to do is put the batteries in there, guys, and what we're going to do is put the actual hull on top of this plaque sort of thing. But before doing that, it tells us to wipe any dust what may be on these points here. Let me just tilt that and show you that. That's where the Titanic is going to be sitting, guys, and obviously the electric current from the battery is going to go through to that, to the circuit board, and obviously everything should, fingers crossed, be working. So what I'll do is I'll open this up for you and show you what it looks like in here. There we go. So we've got 6 AA batteries to put in there, and once we've done that, we're going to move on to instruction 3, where we're going to be taking the cable cover, putting it in the hull to the circuit board, and putting a few details on the deck also, and then we're going to probably test that further into the video. Oh, and also before we go any further, I need to get me hold of some batteries, these circle batteries, which are CR 2032. So by the magic of YouTube, I will have a battery for that. At this present time I haven't, but the next time you see that, there will be a battery in it. I'll have to go to the shops and get one and get that working, and then we're going to be testing the electrics, as I said, and then after that doing some more deck work. So I'm going to get the batteries for these, and then we're going to work on, let me just look, the forecastle deck, and attach that to the hull. So here we have the forecastle deck, and we've got this piece here, guys, which is called, let me just look, 135F. That's a cable cover. Now these 2 pins here, you want the big one in there and the little one just in there. So we're just going to place that in there like so. That's how that's looking. And then we want to attach that and secure it with a CP screw just in that hole there. So we'll get that done. No glue's needed for that. It doesn't say you need to glue it or anything like that. and that's how that's looking. But I will tell you, warts and all, guys, be careful when screwing this in, because I screwed a bit too tight and it split just there. So you don't have to put too much pressure with that screw, and just be mindful that will snap very easy. That's how that's looking anyway. At the end of instruction 3, so let's move on to instruction 4. Okay then, guys, so instruction 4, we're now going to take the forecastle deck and place that on to the hull. Now it's not telling us to connect that or anything like that at the minute, and then what we'll do is take the cable which we've got here, and it's saying run that under the cross piece, so under here, and then this connector, you can see there, guys, it's got P. That P has to go to the socket what's on the circuit board, and let me find P, yeah, that one there. So that has to be placed into there, and you've got like a little line on there, can you see that? That has to only go in one way, where you've got like the little reservoir where the line can go in, if that's the right word. Carefully just push that in there, not too much pressure because you don't want to break your circuit board. And that is all done. And now it's down to testing and see if this works. We'll use this remote and see if the lights work on this deck, which are here, look, the LED lights. So if all goes to plan, in the next couple of seconds, once I get this on, it should light up the forecastle deck. So guys, I've been out to the shop today to buy these CR2032 batteries. So I'm going to take one of these out. I might need some scissors to get these out, we'll see how I get on. So I'm going to come out. Yeah, they're like in a cling film, so what I'll do, there's my scissors gone. So cut that there, and it should pop out there. Well, I'll get this out, guys, and then we'll get it fitted to the remote. So you've just got to slide that off the remote, and this is where you put in the battery. Now when you put these batteries in, guys, have the writing facing up. Just pop that in there like that. Slide the back on, and as you can see, the light is now on the remote, so we're ready to test the lighting. Wicked. Now, what I've got to do then is, after fitting this battery, as you can see, the light is on, shining. So what I've got to do now, guys, is put this model onto the stand. Just turning that remote off actually, so I don't waste battery. Put the model onto the stand, and then it'll connect to those connectors which I showed earlier in the video, and then everything should be working. So I'm going to do that, and I'll come back in a sec. So now, guys, here's the stand, and there's room there for 2, 4, 6 batteries. I'm going to put those batteries in, and when I put those in, what we're going to do is turn the switch to the appropriate setting you need. So today we're using batteries. If you're using the USB, which will go in there, click to USB, so we'll be putting on battery. So I'm going to apply those batteries, and we'll go from there. Yep, so now that's all nice and sealed. I'm going to turn this on to battery, as I said. So that's on battery. Now what I'm going to do, guys, is we'll just try the same if I rest that on the ship there. And if I turn remote on, what we'll try first is the whistle. Now what do I have to do? Move this around, or yeah, I think it's got to be connected to the ship. So let's get that done. Okay guys, so bear with me. I've taken the camera off the Tron just to show you what's going on now. Look at this, it's just on the desk, as you can see here, look. We're going to be working on that in a minute. We're going to see if these lights light up, which hopefully they will. That's all got to be plumbed in better. But yeah, here she is, look. That's what we've just worked on. But I'm holding it like this, guys, so I can just show you what I'm doing. The speaker is the other side, so the front of the ship is the other side, just front of the model, but this is what we're looking at the minute, guys. So I've got the USB there, if you use the cable, the mains, you'd put to USB-C just there. That's obviously off, but we're using batteries, I said, so I put the battery up there. Here, let's go. Lights, we'll do in a minute. I'm sorry. Well, in fact, should we have a go now? It should work. That should work. Let's have a look. Let's tilt that there like that. Yeah, they're working. Right, so let me just turn some lights off here. Hang on. There we go. So if I just place that back where it should be, you got to understand there's going to be some light bleed because there we go. They are on. You just can't see properly because I've got the big light on just to the left of me. If you just look through there, turn them off, turn them on, they're on. Wicked. So that's the lights. And then if you press the whistle, brilliant, it's coming in the hole there, the speaker. And then you've got smoke, but we've not attached the chimney yet, so that's not going to work. Let's see how it do. Brilliant. And SOS. Amazing. And then let's just turn it off. Then you've got this dial here. Now, this doesn't make the sound. This is just for a look effect, which looks pretty cool. So you can turn that to wherever you want to turn it to. But that looks really, really good. So yeah, that is it. Electric's working so far. Apart from the chimneys, we've got to attach that, and then we've got to get this sorted. We've got to put some add-on parts to the deck, and then I think by the end of this video I'm doing the rear of the deck. So it'll be in there, and that'll be attached, I would have thought, to the circuit board. And then if I do have to check more electrics near the end of the video, stay tuned for that, guys. But what I'm going to do is clear this out of the way now and get working on the deck. Okay then, guys, so what I've done here, I've laid this forecastle deck out, the forward well deck assembly, and now what I've got to do, it's saying apply 6 GM screws so you can be screwed to the deck. Now I'm going to do that in a sec. I'm going to put all the detailing on first because it's going to be easy for me to put it on than rather than being close up to the camera putting them on. There are 6 cleats / bits. Right, so let's get this done. So I'm just getting some glue here, guys. Dab a little bit of glue just on those pins there. I'm going to apply that in those holes just there. Now, it's been a while since this decking's been put together. My bad, guys, I've got those the wrong way around, but I've sorted it. The 1 is there, 2 studs up there, and 3 stud is near the front. So let's try this again. Apply a little bit of glue to the pins. And then just push those holes. Those pins should say into the holes. Yeah, obviously apply a little bit of glue, as you just see me do. And they should go into place. So that's the first one in. And now I'm going to put the second one here. Now, guys, it says put glue, which I am doing. But to be fair, how that clicked in, I don't think you need to. So I'll just play it by ear, to be fair. You do need to persuade these gun guys, they're very stiff to put in. So what I'm doing, but being careful not to damage the pieces, carefully just push, prise them in with the pliers. Usually I'm clicking. There you have those 2 fitted. Now what I do is put this 2-pin one in. Like so. Again, I don't know what's happened to this deck now, but my hands have gone all yellow after touching it. It's the dye off the deck or something, I don't know. It has been a few years since it's come to light. being stored all on the shelf, as you've seen in my intros and outros. Right, you hear that clicking. It's going over the end and gone. Can't believe, to be honest, how much pressure you need to push these in. Right, try again with the pliers. There you go, that's that one in. And that's where we are so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now all we've got to do now, guys, is put the last 2 cleats / bits onto the deck. And find a little bit of glue. Yeah, I don't know if your model's like mine, but I'm telling you, this has been hard work to put these parts in. Now, these 2 guys, I've had to cut the pins off, as for some reason there's not the right gap for the holes. Now, whether I've missed something in the past with this issue, or this build, should I say, and they've given me some spare, I don't know, but I can't find them. So what I'm doing is just using my initiative, and I'm going to glue these on, like so. It's a bit annoying, really. I don't know what's happened there. I'm not sure why that's happened. Whether they're the wrong parts, or I don't know. So yeah, what I'm going to do is just glue them on, and just that I'll have to do. So again, just apply 2 dots of glue on there. A bit annoying that, really, but nothing you can do about it. No more luck, I'll find these pieces. What was this supplied in a certain issue, maybe, which was to replace these. It's just my luck. But hey, that still looks effective. Once they dry, I'll be fine. Well, that's how that's looking at the end of instruction 6. Now what we're going to do is take these 2 dots, so apply a little bit of glue, and we've got to apply each one on each side to that hole and that hole there. Just push that into there like that. Very careful, these guys, because they're very delicate and they will snap if you're not careful. But yeah, they're meant to be just sticking up in there like that. And then we'll take the second one. Wow, this is making it look very effective. These little things make this build pop. So push that in there like so. You do want to have them facing the right way though. Just roughly looking like that. Pretty cool. Love that. So now we're going to move on to instruction 8. So now moving on, before we go to instruction 8, we've got to apply this part, which is 135K, which is called, oh, let me have a look, it's just rod, it's another rod. Right, I'm just watching what I'm calling these things, guys, because there's that many names for all these different parts. If you are building this with me, but I'm not sure if you can buy this anymore, but if you are, I don't want to be getting them wrong, if that makes sense. Right, so let's go in there like that, nice and tight. So that's looking brilliant. Love that. All these sticky parts are going to make it look pretty cool. Let's see if I can just pull that over a bit and carefully just push that further in. Yeah, that'll do me. Yeah, that's cool. That's how that's looking at the end of instruction 7. So let's move on to instruction 8. So now we put in another eye in, so we've got to make a hole. So from the end of that grey there, we want at least 27mm, which is going to take us to about there. I might just move that over a touch, but yeah, that's cool. So now I've got to do a hole. There we go, that's gone through. And then what we're going to do is take this drill piece off, put that to one side, and you put this, like, I don't know, club hammer end or whatever you want to call that. Just bring that drill over there. Put that in there like that. Pop that in there. And we'll just have to screw it back together. And then we apply one of these screw wires. Now how I find it, guys, is if you place it just in there, in the hole, the end of it, yeah, and screw that nice and tight. Not too far down because you won't get your massy, I keep forgetting what they're called, but you know what I mean. You won't get the little line through the hole. That's how that's looking anyway. Now, what I'll do now is, just look, is apply some more screw wires, and they have got to be one in there, one in there, and then we've got two down the back here. So I'll get that done and then we'll crack on and move on to instruction 10. Okay guys, so that's where we're at the minute. Put those screw wires in. We fitted the add-ons at the front. Now what I'm going to do is apply this to the actual hull with some GM screws, which would be 6, and this would be attached then to that part of the hull, and then we're going to be working on the poop deck. Okay then guys, so behind the scenes with this build, it has been absolutely chaotic. This is now my 3rd day filming this. Obviously you've seen it's going to be nice and edited and into it, but story short, these I've put on, and I'm supposed to put some screws to screw to the front of the bow. I ain't got the screws, there's no screws. It says from issue 9 now, guys, we're at, what issue we're on here? 100 and something, 135. I've put everything up safe, but apart from the GM screws, I cannot find anywhere. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put it in to tight fit. I'm going to leave it at that, because if not as well, I'd have to take all these off, which I've had to glue, because they wouldn't fix, the pins wouldn't fit in the holes. That's another dilemma I've had. And also, I went to check the lighting, and the wire in there had come off, so I've had to solder those back on. So yeah, story short guys, I've had a bit of a mare, and this video has taken a lot longer than I thought, but I'm going to try now and just put it into place here, and if it's secure enough, which it is, I mean, unless I want to lift it upside down, that's not going anywhere, so I'm going to leave it at that, because I'm having a bit of a mare with this build at the minute, which it's not been this bad all the way through it. I'm going out on high, I think, with it happening. What I'll do now is try and show you, well no, I won't do it now, I'll leave it to the end of the video, so stay tuned to them guys, and I'll do a nice little outro of what we're doing in this video, which I don't know how long it's going to be, but it took me 3 days in total to get this far. Nightmare. So that's all fitted now. Yep, we're now in instruction 10, and we're going to be working on the poop deck, which is just this one here. The deck, to show then that the rounded end which comes to the side of the ship. So I'm going to turn the model round and we'll get this. Okay then guys, so we've got the wire. We've got the wire here, which is S. So, no, V, sorry, this one. There you go. That's for the motors. And then we've got this one's S. This is for the all the electrics, etc., lighting on the poop deck. So what we're going to do is feed it through the model, which I'll just do that now. Okay then, cool guys, so I've run the wire all the way down the model, and now this, looking at it, is S, and where I want to put that is in this connector here. It's just on your screen. If I tilt that forward, that one there guys, move that down, and there you go. So we'll put that into there, it's all in, and then the second wire is going to be V. Again, just feed that under there. Now we're looking at this connector here, which is V. Push that into there. Yeah, that's all done. That's how it's looking. I'll show you what I've done. Look, I've fed it all the way through underneath the beams, and then we get back to the poop deck, which we're going to be working on now and getting connected in. Okay, so we need to position this into place before screwing some AM screws to get this connected to the hull. So if we just carefully start that end. It's a very tight fit, guys, but you can imagine once it's into position, it will be very cool indeed. But you've got to like warp the body back to it, if that makes sense, because it's not had anything on the decks or anything like that. So you've got to make sure you get it in a good position, in the right position. But what I'm trying to do as well is what I've got to do here, guys, is these pieces here where the screws are going to go, they've got to be lining up with the holes there. So I've got to twist it underneath, basically get the screw hole here, this side of the deck, and then it will hopefully will go into place. So it's all about just twisting and turning it, guys. And bear with me if it's blocking the view or anything like that. I don't know how we're going to get this in, to be fair. It's a very tight fit. I think I'm going to give that a lot of persuasion to get that in there. Talk about saving the best till last day, guys. See, I'm wondering if it's going to be easy to take this off and do it that way. If I can't get any joy of doing it this way, I might have to do that. But I think what I might have to do is undo this and bend it back a bit. So hopefully it's a bit easier than I'm having the time over here at the minute. Right, that might be a way of doing it. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is. The trouble is I've got now, somehow I've got to, so that's not exactly right, to be fair. Right, hang on. Yes, got it. Scrap that idea of taking that apart, guys. It's all about just twisting it around and you will get there. The holes are now lined up, all the holes are now lined up. I made a pig's ear of that. I don't know what was going on there. But here, got it in the end. Just check. I'm not standing up on this, guys, as well. Just checking there, those holes are lined up, which I think they are. Yeah. I'm going to get those screwed in. So I'll do this first one. It's nice and tight, love that. I'll do the one just over the back here. Yeah, I'm just going to do the rest off camera, guys. It's just simply about screwing them in, as this is going to be a very long video else. So you get the gist. I'll get the other 1, 2, 3, 4 done. I'm back in a sec. Okay then, guys, so here I am. I'm testing the propellers and they're going the right way around, guys. First of all, we do slow, which you're doing now. Brilliant. And you've got a full ahead. And then stop on there. Okay. I'm just using this remote here, guys, but I think my batteries are low. This can be a lot better when we've got it on electric. So that's that way. And see. Yeah, we go in. And then go slow. Stop. And I think we're running out of battery now, guys, as I'm tilting that way. Push it that way. Yeah, brilliant. That's full steam ahead. Slow. And stop. It's just the other way around. It's not got enough power, I don't think, so yeah, it's trying. But yeah, you get the gist, guys. At least they're working a little. That size. Brilliant. I'm happy with that. So that's the test done, guys. What I've got to do now is move on to instruction 12, and we're going to be putting some more of these little bit things on around the edge of the deck. So let's crack on and get that done. Right, so I'm just putting these as a dry fit at the minute, guys. Just see if I've got any issues. Hopefully I won't. There we go. So yeah, that's how they're going to look once they're all in. Brilliant. So I'm going to get those glued in and back shortly. Okay then, guys, so if by magic, there we have those little bits added on to the deck. Love it. Now, last part of this this video, and it's been a video and a half, we've now got to do some more screw eyes. So I'm going to have another breather, and this is the third day doing this. Sorry about the shaky hand as well, guys. I thought I'd take it off the Tron, you can see a better close up. This is where we are in this part of the video. Brilliant. Just stand up again. There's the circuit boards. That's what we've already seen. What's been done. Cool. Love it. And then over here, you've got the rest, the chimneys, etc. That's got to be put on yet. Which I've not connected the chimneys yet, so I'm going to thought it's coming in the next few shoes. But this is where we're at now, this part of the video, guys. Please stay tuned to the end. Not long to go now. And at the end, I will do an outro showing you what we've done in this video. Before we move on to the screw eyes, I am now going to put part 13G, which is this part here. That's going to go just at the back. Get this part fitted, which is the flagpole. Only going one way, guys. Just be careful when you push it into the deck, not to put too much pressure on the pole, as it will snap. There we go. There's that. It's pretty cool. And now let's move on. I'll drill some holes and put some more screw eyes in. Okay, so now, guys, what we've got to do is drill a hole ready for the screw eye, and that needs to just be where I'm pointing here. And we're going to measure between that piece and that piece 5mm, so it's going to be smack bang in the middle there. And that's where we're going to drill a hole and put the next screw eye. So if I just get my view of that, and then roughly that's going to be around about there. But you could do that without a ruler if you really wanted to. It's just not too difficult to find the centre of that, roughly between them two gold fittings, details, and smack bang, as you can see, in the middle of those benches. So yeah, give that a nice good bit of pressure. There we go. It's that. And then the screw eye should be able to go in there. Right, so if I just get one of these screw eyes out. So now I've got my little tool here, which goes over the screw eye. And just slowly screw that screw eye in. And that should be enough. Could do it going around once more, I think. I'm trouble with this tool, guys. Basically that goes into there, and those little pin points things sticking out should go into the recess there, but they're not, so it's just rounded as I'm turning it. So yeah, this video has been a bit of a mad one, but I'm happy with that. That'll be fine for now. I will turn it a little bit more further down the line. Right, so now for the last instruction of this massive video, guys, here's a diagram, what we're doing next, the final part of this video. All those blue circles is where I've got to put the screw eyes. Yeah, you guessed it, I think I've got to drill holes in all of those. So that's on the deck just over to the left of me there. So before we go and do that, let me just turn this camera around. I've just got to put a screw eye in there, and screw eye just at the back behind that crane, and then we'll do what we've just seen on that diagram. That's that one in. I'm just going to turn the one we've just done, just a little small turning. Yeah, that'll do. And now, guys, I'm just going to put one more just to the side of this crane, and then what I might do is time lapse the last part of the video with all those markings of the blue rings for the other screw eyes. So, little tip, guys, when you're doing these screw eyes, put it on your tweezers like that. So stand up again. I've done a lot of standing up in this video, guys. Just got to get stuck in with it, yeah. So yeah, just guide it into that hole there, and then when you're happy, support it with your tweezers. Use the tool to screw it in, and once you get that bite, you should be okay and have no problems of tightening it up. When you get that bite, move the tweezers out of the way, and you can see it goes in easy as that. Now don't go too far in, guys, because you won't get your wiring through those hooks, screw eyes, through the little circles if you go too far into the deck. But that's that done. So now let's move on to instruction 14, the last part of this massive video. Okay then, guys, so as I'm just getting these screw eyes prepped, grabbing one of my tweezers here, we've got to now fit 15 of these screw eyes. So what I'll do is I'll put the first one on live, as you put it, so you can see what I'm doing. Which I'm sure you know how to do this now, guys, if you are doing this build anytime now or in the future. That's how I support the screw eye. Wait till you've got a little bit of a bite in the deck, like that, and then keep on screwing it in. And then I tend to keep my screw eyes facing the same way, like that. So when you're fitting your rigging, it will go through, which I'm stressing about. Easy, but you'll be one of them guys. It'll probably take me hours to do, but by the magic of editing and YouTubing, it's going to be quick. Well, quicker than it's going to take me anyway. So yeah, I'll show you one more, and then I'll time lapse this. We'll get this done, and then bag this video onto my channel, which obviously you'll be watching at this stage. By the time you're watching this, it'll be edited and all sorted. So there you go. So sit back, relax, guys, for a couple of minutes, and I'll fit all these. And guys, that is it. Look, the screw eyes are all put in there for the last part of this video. There's been a lot going on, guys. So what I'm going to do is end it here. But for your information, if you're a Titanic fan, why I've got the ship here, the model, if I just take a step back, look at it, the size of it. It's a hassle to keep pulling it back. up on the shelf, which you can see behind the Kawasaki Ninja HT. That's where it usually goes. There's a big gap. So for the intro, bit of Elvis there. For the intro, you might not see it up there. It's going to be here, right in front of you on the desk. But yeah, coming up next, guys, I'm going to be doing issue 136, which, by the looks of it, at the end of that, it's going to be saying, yeah, obviously I've told you that before, it's nearing completion, decks are in place, and the funnels are ready to smoke. You can see here it's not exactly in place as yet at this stage, but yeah, by the next issue, guys, which I'm going to do coming up next, so we ain't got to keep going up and down. Then I might have a little breather because I do want to get back to all my models I'm doing, which are the new models, and I do want to be doing those as well. But while I've got the Titanic here, I just want to crack on with this now, guys, and get this completed, and then move on to that massive scale of the engine and crack on with a new era of this build. But yeah, stay tuned to them now, guys. I'm going to end it here, and I'll give you some nice close-up shots of what we've done today. Thanks for watching, guys. If you got this far, it's been a long one. Take care. Okay then, guys, that is it for today. Wow, what an issue. I said it was busy, didn't I? Pretty cool. I love doing this build, guys. It's just this thing, the only stress I have is getting this thing off the shelf down to the desk to work on. Once I get it on the desk, I'm happy. I'm all go. Right, so where do I start? I've got the mag here, guys, because there's that much been going on in this video. I'm just going to see what we've done, like reading it, the right things, etc., because I don't want to get it wrong. So basically, we was working on the lights, sound, the propeller motor. We've tested that today. We've worked on the forecastle deck, the loop deck, and they've all been fitted now to the hull, which is amazing. As I said, we're getting near to the end of this build, really close now, guys, so it's pretty cool. And we put some more screw eyes in. That is what I'm losing sleep over. Putting those screw eyes in are easy. It's putting all the wiring where it's got to go, the masts, whatever they're called. Wow, that's going to be amazing. But we're getting there, guys. We are close to finishing this build. And what I might do to give you a heads up now, once this build is done, you may not see it in the screenshot at the back. I might move it further that way out to the studio, in the studio, but out of shot. And I'm going to put some new builds around here with what's going on up to the present day. But you can always check this out in the playlist. You know that it's always going to be up on the channel. If you want to reminisce, or if you've not seen all the playlists about it, all the issues, check it out, guys. It's there for you to watch at your leisure. But that is it for today, guys. Do appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the subs, the likes, the comments. Do appreciate you. But for now, for the Titanic from Hatchetpartworks, that is it. I'm not sure if you can get this anymore. You would have to check over at Hatchetpartworks. I'm not sure if it's available, but check it out, guys. If you want to have a go at it, whether you could buy back issues, I'm not sure. And also, I hope you liked at the beginning my new little thing to the channel, my own QR code. Scan that and it'll take you straight to the channel with everything what's going on here. So I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. See ya. Peace.